Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Wasp Archery, and Realtree.
Well, it is September 14th. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and it's opening day here in Wisconsin, and we couldn't be more excited to get out. Today we are going on a piece of public that we know pretty well. The last 2 years we've hunted at opening weekend. We've had a ton of pictures of big bucks in the past, but this year we decided not to put cameras out because we've had a few stolen in the past, and we just didn't want to pressure it all this year.
Hunter's going to be behind the camera filming for me, and Dylan's going to be self-filming. We're going to be hunting within probably 200 yards of each other, but it's so thick where we are that we shouldn't be interrupting each other at all.
Well, it's roughly about 6:30 right now. I'm self-filming today, and Brandon and Hunter are about 250 yards to the south, straight south of me. The way this sets up is there is a field that is privately owned but is leased for public hunting. That is straight in front of me on the west side of this property. Unfortunately, when we got back here, realized the farmer didn't plant it again. That's the second year in a row. But there's some good news. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of acorns in here. I've heard a bunch dropping already so far this morning. And there's corn to the north of us. So there's food around. There's a bunch of bedding around. So hopefully some deer move into this area. If there's a nice doe, I know we're going to try to get a shot. But we'll see what happens.
Well, it's a little before 7. Me and Hunter have probably been sitting for about an hour now. We got a real light west wind, so the deer are hopefully bedded to the south. So hopefully they decide to get up and work their way through. And it's like a oak patch, so it's real open. So if something would end up walking through here, we should be able to see it and get a shot at it. We had a few waterfowl hunters this morning on the river. Took a few shots, so we're hoping that doesn't affect us a whole lot, but only time will tell.
So it's about 9 o'clock, and the morning was actually pretty eventful. In the beginning it was pretty slow. Didn't see much more than a couple squirrels and a few turkeys out in the field, but around 8:30ish, I would say, to the north of me, a bunch of deer actually kind of came running into those woods, and I got a glimpse at what I thought looked like a nicer 8-pointer. But I didn't see him for too long, and I didn't get any video of him. But some does ended up working their way towards me, but it's too thick to the east of me, and I couldn't get a shot. And then 2 little bucks ended up working out as well, a little basket 8 and a little forky. But then I think they were downwind of me, so I think they kind of got my wind and they didn't know what was up, so they ended up walking back to where they came from. But overall, it was an awesome sit for opening morning, and we'll be back out tonight. We'll probably hunt our private property tonight, and hopefully we have some luck then.
Well, it's a little after 9. I think we're gonna start packing up here. Me and Hunter, we didn't see a single thing, but it sounded like Dylan had some deer over by him a little after 8, and they kind of hung around by him for a little while. The waterfall hunters kind of kept shooting. It is the youth season of duck hunting, so I think that was what was going on, and they kind of hammered away a little bit this morning, so I don't know if that was part of the reason why we didn't see anything. Not 100% sure, but I think our plan for this afternoon is to go over by Dylan's land and see if we can't get something going over there. We'll see you soon.
Hey everyone, Alex Valley here with Midwest Whitetail Great Lakes. It is opening day here in Wisconsin finally. It's been a long 9 months waiting for this day. And Alex Kisslinger and I are really excited to be back in the woods here. So we're actually just out at a local spot tonight, hopefully doing a little bit of doe management. We get a lot of does that tend to filter through this hardwoods through here, especially early season. So that's going to be our goal tonight. If we have a nice mature doe come in, we're going to go ahead and take her. With all these leaves in here, our farthest shot's probably going to be about 20 yards or so, but should be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're just excited to get back out here again. So yeah, check back in. We'll see what we have happen tonight. Oh, we're starting to run out of camera light here. As you can see, it's kind of starting to get dark. Temperatures dropped a little bit here, so tossed on just the lightweight, non-typical shirt here, but we did have a little bit of action here tonight. We had those does and those fawns that came in, and we were actually just talking about kind of what happened there, because as we were getting ready to kill one of those does that was coming right in, probably about 15, maybe 20 yards away, we had another one that snuck around up on top behind us, and we think she maybe got a little bit of our scent from where we walked in, because that's right where we walked in is right up there. So that's a possibility, or she was a little bit higher and she may have just seen a little bit of movement and we didn't realize that she was there. So we'll see what we do. We may end up coming back and actually just doing kind of a hang and hunt a little bit further down to try to kill one of these does here before we educate them too much. So we'll see, but thanks for sticking with us tonight here. Like I said, hopefully we'll be bringing you guys some more action this weekend, and I know there are some other people throughout the Great Lakes region too that are out this weekend. So tomorrow's another day. We started it off with a deer blowing at us as far as the season, but sometimes that happens. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Well, it is September 14th, and we are on our property for the first time this year. Tonight, me and Hunter are set up on the southeast corner of our property. We're on the south end of an oak woods that overlooks a food plot that we planted. We have clover, and we also planted big and beastie, but unfortunately, the big and beastie is kind of getting demolished. There's a good amount there, but don't necessarily know if it'll form a bulb. But to the east of us, more north, I guess, is the neighbor's bean field where we were filming all those bucks in August and end of July. So the hope is tonight that those deer that have been hanging around this area, around this bean field, will work this way, possibly out of our property from the west to the food plots for a little staging area before they go out to the beans. Brandon is also hunting. He's on the northern end of our property, and he's actually in a new stand that we set up this year that overlooks a bunch of milo that we planted this year. My dad is also out here tonight, and he's on the northwestern part of our property. So we're all out here tonight. It's a southwest wind that's going to be changing to southeast, so it's a perfect setup for this spot. We've got a lot of nice bucks around. We have good news too. We also have a buck back from last year called Browse. We filmed him during the rut last year, but he's back this year with even bigger brows, so that's pretty exciting. So we're just hoping that one of our bucks that we're after shows up tonight, and we'll see what happens.
So my opening day is officially over, unfortunately. When I pulled back my bow to check some lanes to see if a deer would walk through where I'd be able to shoot it, where I wouldn't be able to, when I got to, all the way back, the top string came off the cam, so don't really know what happened there, but now my bow, I have to try to get it fixed tomorrow. So I guess for the rest of the night, we got about 2.5 hours. Just gonna kind of hang low and see if I can't see some deer and kind of try to figure out a pattern on some of these deer. So if we see anything, I'll bring that to you, but other than that, my opening day is done.
Well, it's about 6 o'clock, and things are starting to finally pick up a little bit. It's been a little dead. We've only seen 2 does and a fawn before this, but looks to be a little buck that's still in velvet, and 2 does out there right now. My dad just texted me, and he said he just shot a doe, so we'll be for sure doing that. Looking for a doe tonight yet, but hopefully a mature buck walks out here. Well, we got about less than 10 minutes left to shooting light here. Tonight, we saw a lot less deer than we expected, but I think that has a lot to do with the bean field. I think a ton of deer are being pulled to that field yet. Brandon, who sat on the north side of our property, said the bean field was getting pretty full of deer, so overall, not a bad first night. And it should get better from here.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail Great Lakes. Today is September 14th. Derek and I are up here at the river property, and I wasn't really gonna mow it again, but the clover got pretty dry and weedy, so decided, well, I'll mow some of these trails and some of the access spots I like to use for hunting. So we're gonna mow that clover maybe up like 6 inches, try to get rid of there's a little ragweed and milkweed and various weeds in there. So I think we're gonna get rain again this week, so hopefully we can get that clover to boost up. Thanks for watching Midwest Whitetail Great Lakes, and we'll keep the updates coming. We got a lot of hunting ahead of us for this season. We got Kansas tags, we got Iowa tags, so we're gonna be going after them all over the place. So keep watching Midwest Whitetail, the Great Lakes. Thanks.